Welcome to the Coach's Call for Friday, 8/1/2014. I'm Free Dave, Dave D. Williamson, founder of Social Pro Revolution. Today we got a very time-sensitive call on a new upcoming giant social media sharing platform called LeafIt. And we have James Wood here with all the Social Pro coaches explaining the platform, the LeafIt platform. Go ahead, James.
Thanks for the introduction there, Dave, and g'day, guys and girls. All right, yeah, as Dave said, I'm going to be talking to you about the new social network called LeafIt, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to screen share. I've got a bit of a share that I want to do with you. Start. Okay, can everybody see my screen?
Let's see what you got here.
Let me know if you can.
Yeah. I got it. I'm running a brand new computer though. Has everybody else got the screen up by now?
Yeah, so.
Okay. During this
Okay.
call, if James asks you a question during this call, just unmute yourself and answer yes or no or whatever. Okay. That way, because I know a lot of times he might get busy, not see the chat, because I don't see it sometimes. So.
Yep. Okay, guys. So LeafIt. It is the first social network that basically pays you for posting pictures. Okay. So what that means, especially for you guys that are using pictures to draw attention from social media to you, is that you have the chance to actually reap some reward financially for sharing images and pictures across the LeafIt social network. Okay. And basically, what we do is you could have a picture that you might be out and about with some friends, and you take a picture of something, and there's an item in that picture, and you can then do a keyword research within the LeafIt application, and it'll bring up a list of items relative to that keyword, and you can tag those items in that image, and when they get shared amongst the network, if somebody likes that image and they buy that item from that image, it'll generate a commission for you. Okay, so even free people can generate a commission from that. Okay, so that's basically the difference. So what it's doing is it's bringing e-commerce into your social media settings in a direct way and sharing that revenue with you, the users. So could you imagine if Facebook or Pinterest, Instagram, or any of those allowed you to do that? You'd be like posting pictures like crazy, and you'd be inviting all your friends in to share in that as well. So that's what LeafIt allows you to do. Okay. It's got a iPhone application that's going to be available. We're expecting next Thursday, and then that'll be followed by an Android and PC and also tablet, which I expect to be later this year. Okay, so and we've also got the top application developer, Fueled, is actually working with the application, and it's just exciting what those guys are actually doing with it. Okay, so we've got, the way it works, we've got 19,000 retailers. So as you can see on the screen there, we've got Amazon, Rakuten, Sony, Nordstrom, Sears, Canon, a lot of the major ones, Walmart, have opened up their database for LeafIt. Okay, so when we do that search on that keyword for a product, what will happen is the application will return a result based on that keyword, and it'll draw from these people that you see on the screen, plus another 18,000 whatever numbers, and you can tag that item. Okay. So we're also being featured on Fox News and Bloomberg with Terry Bradshaw as well, and we also run 6 webinars a day. So I'll just show you that quickly. Okay, so you can see we run opportunity webinars, six webinars a day, which you can send people to, plus as a recorded one, and we have three corporate webinars a week. One's a Jumpstart, and then there's the LeafIt Inner Circle, which is about teaching you how it all works. Now, do you guys want to know about the compensation system?
Yes.
Absolutely, okay. Yeah. Right. And here's some.
Okay, as of the 2nd of August, so 1 minute past midnight on the 2nd of August, we're rolling over into a new comp plan. So currently, what we have there, okay, is we've got a new OMCA certified online marketing course. So basically, there's about 100 hours of video in there which will teach people how to launch and manage successful marketing campaigns on social media sites and to build like network pros, okay? Now, you guys are already professionals, okay? You guys already know how to do that, right? So from the 2nd of August, it'll be $149 membership for all new associates. And then after that month, it'll be $49, okay? Now, currently, before then, it's only going to be $40, and then you'll be grandfathered into all these courses, and you'll be having access to the commission that's associated with these.
What he's telling you is that this is time sensitive. So when I get ready to hammer this thing, along with KBR, KBR is our investment program, and we got to get the rollout done. First things first. When we affiliate program, the rollout, and then when I put everything I got on promoting this and promoting KBR, if your time sensitive deadline is going to be tonight midnight, I think James said by tomorrow. And you could save $100 getting into this thing. But when I roll this thing out, I'm gonna build one hell of a team with it because I'm gonna do videos like you wouldn't believe on this and KBR. Okay, on both. So go ahead, James. I just wanted to let them know.
Yep. Okay, so with the way the system works is there's going to be 4 ways to earn with the system. So we've got a 9-generation uni level, we've got a 3x9 force matrix, we've got evergreen check matches, and 9 generations of e-commerce sales. So I'll just run through those quickly for you. So the 9-generation uni level, what's going on here is I was talking earlier about the 149. So that's when a new person comes on and decides they want to be an associate. And they pay their 149. So the moment they pay their 149, a $50 commission is generated to the person who introduced them, so their personal person, okay? It will generate $50 straight into that person's account, and that gets paid out weekly with a cut-off at Tuesday, 11:59 PST time, okay? And that's for a payout on a Friday. So it pays weekly on the 9-generation uni level. Now, if you have one personal, okay, you'll get paid 3 levels on that. So if this person you brought in here brings in somebody that starts up straight away, you'll get $10, and likewise if they bring in someone, you get $5. Okay, get 3, you get down to 6 levels. Get 5, down to 9 levels, and you can imagine that with the way this thing's going to go viral, this could be a major source of your income. Okay. All right, so the next way we've got is the 3x9 force matrix. Okay, now this is separate from the 149. This starts in your 2nd month, okay, when you start paying the $49 a month. Okay, so it's a force matrix, so that means that, like Dave's talking about pumping this really hard. So as he starts bringing in people, they'll just start filling in underneath him, and if you're an associate, they will roll underneath you. And likewise, when you start bringing in people, they will roll under you. Okay, so you need to have one personally sponsored person yourself to have access to the first 3 levels.
Hey, James.
And if you have a look, yep.
Hey, James, somebody asked me yesterday, I don't know if you want to cover it afterwards or right now. Yes or no, is there spillover? Because in the back office, I seen where I could turn it on or off, which was kind of weird.
Okay, I'll answer that now.
Okay.
There is the option to turn it on or off, okay? Because some of the builders, they wanted to position their people first before they turned it on, okay? And then turned it on once they positioned their people.
Sure. If I turn mine off now, is it too late, or?
No, you can turn it on and off whenever you like.
Okay. No, I mean for the people that I just brought in.
Well, that'll be up to them if they wanted to turn it off. I mean, the matrix gets filled in the order that people upgrade.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So one of the questions that people ask quite often is, what do I need to do to cover my subscription? Okay. So if you have a look at the uni level, which is the one we looked at previously, You need one person a month, so to get your $50. So you'll be $1 in profit if you have one person a month. Okay, so it may take you a little bit of time for some people to build up to where your matrix, your force matrix. Remember, this is a separate income stream where you're earning $51 a month. So you need 9 people that are associates in your team. Now, these don't have to be your direct people, but you must have one yourself to get the first 3 levels. Okay, and if you've got 9 in your group, you'll be earning $51. Okay, and then it scales up from there. To get access to the full 9 levels of the matrix, you need 5 personally sponsored people. Okay. Right. The next way that you can earn income with this is with an evergreen check match. Okay. So what happens here is when you're a manager, which means you have 3 personal associates in your team, and your team has a volume of 600, you'll get a 5% generational match on all people on your generation 1. Okay, so for instance, if Dave, if I've got 3 personals and Dave's earning say $1,000, okay, then I'll earn 5% of that, so $50 if I've got this 600 team volume, and then it scales up to where if you've got 20 personals that are executives and you've got 200,000 in team volume. Now the team volume, just so you know, comes from the monthly subscription. Okay, so that's $49 equals 49 points. Okay, but it doesn't all come from just your own personals. Okay, because your team will grow and you'll get 10% down 5 levels. Okay, so just if I go back up a second and if you have a look at 5 levels, okay, so you could potentially have well, actually you could have more than that because it's not actually a matrix. This is just where people fall based on, where was it? Based on your personal teams, okay? So it's not your matrix, it's a separate thing. So this could be thousands and thousands of dollars in the evergreen check match. All right, and the last way is the e-commerce sales. So I mentioned earlier about tagging items. So when those items are tagged, it generates a commission to the company. Now the company keeps 40% of that commission, and then that 60% is then divvied up through 9 generations of the user database. Okay, so the person, so let's say somebody down on your 9th level has made a commission, they'll get 10%. Whoever introduced them in will get 10%. Then there's a whole heap of 5%, and then you'll get 10%. Now, a free affiliate will get 10% on any of their direct referrals that make a sale. Okay, so free people can build up their income. And the general talk is it could be possible for somebody to generate a full-time income just as a free affiliate. Okay. All right, so that is a really quick overview of LeafIt. Does anybody have any questions that they'd like me to cover?
That was the best thing to do. Go just do a brief overview and then open it for questions. Yeah, that's smart there. I know it takes a while for you guys to digest this, but I'm going to tell you right now, the e-commerce really struck me. I'm seeing dollar signs. I'm not a money person, I don't come out and, think money all the time. But when I do think money, the e-commerce just makes my eyes light up because now you're talking about, when you start talking about generating an income stream, and you look at the principles of why we have a 98% failure rate, okay? It's about time somebody came along and did something about this stupid problem, okay? I cannot lower, uh, wait a minute, let me add Timothy here. I cannot lower the 98%, failing rate to 50%. There's billions of people failing. I can't do nothing about that, okay? But I can get back to the university, teach good education, and try, okay? And LeafIt, they're doing what I'm doing. They're coming out here trying to stop that crap, man. And they're not big. They're nowhere near big enough to stop it either. But if we can all lower this percentage rate just by 2% or 3% next year, you know, uh, we're doing the universe of good, James. So when I think about that and I see this point of e-commerce, okay, my eyes light up. Okay, so you got these people failing in marketing because they don't know how to market, right? Okay, you got me, and I'm out here, and you guys, out of the goodness of your heart, helping people, giving over delivering value and content, giving them $1,000 free coaching. Okay, getting them aboard, teaching them how to actually influence people with good education. Okay, now, LeafIt has actually went another route to try to help that failure rate, try to lower that failure rate. What they're doing is saying, okay, since so many damn people are failing in network business, this shit's got to stop. It's got to stop, man. So what we're going to do is we use our power with all the products out there, the companies that are offline need help online anyway, okay, so they're creating a win with them. And they are making a way to go ahead and utilize tagging. All you have to do is have the good education to know how to tag and influence people. But they're using that education to where you, that e-commerce, to where you can share and get paid. So it's the same thing as what we're doing here, James. They're trying to lower that failure rate. Really, behind the scenes, whether they really started out with that intention or not, that's what they're doing. You agree, James?
I do.
Because
James,
people.
question.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. Is there, James, is there spilling from the sponsor to fill the matrix?
Yes. If you select it in the back office.
I didn't understand. What do we select in the back?
There's an option to turn off spill in the back office. It's on by default, but if, let's say, you had some family members or some particularly strong people that you wanted in your team before you started really promoting it, then what you can do is you can turn that off, because there's people already promoting this because they've already filled their first few levels, and so you can turn it off, get your people positioned, and then turn it back on. And then what'll happen is when you turn it back on, the people from up above you with their marketing, it'll start to fill down into your team and benefit your people that you've already positioned.
So how do we know how to position them? Are you going to give us training on that?
It's to do, well, basically with positioning, what I mean by that is let's say you've got 3 people that you want to work with, okay? They will fill your first 3 positions depending on the order that they actually upgrade. So it's all about when somebody actually upgrades. It's all time stamped and all that sort of stuff, so that they put it in the right spots in your team. Okay, so for me, I had my family members.
The person whom you're trying to reach is currently unavailable. Please
so
leave
that
a message.
they would benefit from it.
So basically,
Okay.
you're filling your first 3 personals with people you want to have in your front line.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's better to position your first 3 with the active promoters.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm going to get with James here probably, well, probably tomorrow now, because it's 11 o'clock there and I got a call. But I am going to get with James, and we're going to use screen share, and he's just showing me a little bit more about this, turning that on and off, because I want to get all you guys positioned, where I want. That's why I asked about that. And I know most of the coaches that I have now are going to be lifers with me this time around. I've had 3 sets of coaches, but building a business, you always go through. I could go on and on about learning things that you're going to learn building a business, but I want to position you, so I will be getting with James on that. That was really important for me, there.
Okay. The other question I had was about I didn't quite understand what you meant by the retailers, or like Amazon and all those other companies coming in. Do you mean that when we make purchases from those retailers on the social, on LeafIt, we get commission?
That's right.
That's killer, isn't it?
Is it something like a shopping mall?
Because no, it's really just it's a bit like Pinterest and Instagram and Snapchat.
Yeah, it's a
and then
social.
Facebook to a lesser to extent. Basically, what you have is you have like a news feed,
Yeah.
which will draw pictures from your social networks, and you'll also have pictures that people upload directly to LeafIt itself. Okay.
What did you mean by retailers? That's
Yeah.
the piece that I'm not getting in.
That's on the other side of their business. Okay, they're connected with the retailers. So if you picture a pie or a picture a circle, okay, you got a circle. It's LeafIt. On one side, you got incoming traffic, which is all of us, associates and all that. But on the other side, on the back end, they're affiliated with all these big companies, and they are funneling their products through the social sharing platform.
So what I'm asking is that when we put, say for instance, I found a nice, say I want to buy a laptop, and
Yep.
I put a picture of a laptop that I'm interested in buying.
Yep.
And I put it in LeafIt.
With the post text explaining it the way we influence people, you know.
Yeah, and then so if somebody goes and clicks on my picture and it takes them to that site and then they buy it and then you get the commission. How does that work?
Okay. What happens is they don't actually leave LeafIt. The site is actually it's like an iframe within LeafIt itself, and they draw that site into LeafIt. Okay, so they stay within the app, and so your laptop is tagged to that photo. Okay, so somebody clicks on the laptop in the photo, it'll open within LeafIt the web page where that item is. Okay, and they'll be able to see all the details as if they were looking in a normal web page. But then when they click the buy button, it'll associate it with LeafIt and generate a commission from the company to LeafIt, tagged to you.
So do I make a certain percentage on that then?
Yeah. If it's your picture, you will make 10% of whatever the commission is.
Is it on any product, or will it vary with the products purchased?
It's on any product.
Okay.
Anything they're affiliated with, yeah. Anything they have integrated with the company. But the difference is they still using social media the right way because they're like Facebook. They're keeping you in LeafIt. That's the name of the game. Just like us keeping people at Social Pro. We want to keep people in Social Pro.
Dave, I'm trying to figure out the retail or the role of the retailers on LeafIt. How am I going to make commissions to them? Is what I was trying to say.
Right.
I know.
Yeah, it's like an affiliate commission, and all it is that LeafIt has an agreement with all those companies, and if you're let's say your Sony laptop, okay, let's say your Sony laptop gets purchased by somebody, either yourself or even from one of your friends that have seen the picture, then at the moment that purchase is completed, then a commission is generated, and it'll have a link in there that it was made from your image. Okay, so the software in the back end of LeafIt will go, okay, Busha has generated a commission from the sale of this laptop. How much money did we get? Oh, we got, let's say we got $20, or no, make it $10, easy for numbers. So the company will keep $4. $6 will be divvied up amongst the database. So what they'll do is you'll get $1. Whoever brought you in will get $1. Then there'll be a whole heap of 50 cents in there, and then the person on the 9th level will get $1.
I see. Okay.
Okay.
Trying to compare it with the shopping mall like Lioness, for instance.
Yeah.
If you went and shopped from the Lioness website, and you made any purchase from any company, you get a certain percentage, but those companies have their own commission structure. Some may give 2%, some may give 10%, some may give 2%.
That's right.
So I was wondering if there's any such structures in commission levels, or if it's a flat rate.
It's a flat rate of 10% of the commission generated. So the commission will vary from product to product, obviously based on what the company's agreements are. So I don't know what they are, but you will get 10% on millions and millions of products.
Okay.
And the beautiful thing about it is, even like for a free member, they can benefit. But as a paid member, we, just the depth that we can go to in that is going to generate quite a significant income.
Got it. Thank you.
No problems.
Who else has got anything? You might want to, hey James, you also might want to go further since nobody's asked any more questions. Go a little bit further on the intensity and the base of the mobile here that they, integrated with. What, how strong in the mobile industry they are, because that's really something.
Oh, okay. Yep. Okay. So we've it's the application that's associated with the network is called the IT app. So IT, and that came about through an association with LeafIt and a company called Fuel, which is the #1 app developer in the world. Now, just to give you a bit of a frame of reference here for the power of this fuel company, it costs $25,000 just to get a foot in the door, and if they don't like what you present to them, then they're gone.
Right.
$25,000 is
be real quiet. Hold on.
Is given to them, and you basically walk away. But these guys looked at what the LeafIt people were bringing to the table and said, "Yeah, we're onto this." Okay, so
man, now I can't share screens, bro.
They have been working with LeafIt to
I'll call you right back,
and will continue to develop it because they see it as a winner. Now, it's the app itself has gone through the iPhone application process, which includes hooking up with Facebook. And I don't know if you're aware, but Facebook changed their API rules last Monday, because we would have had the app out by now if they hadn't changed their rules. And we're now fully compliant with the new rules that Facebook changed last Monday. And so we're expecting the app to be in the iPhone store next Thursday is when we're aiming for. And then once that's done, we've got the framework where we can roll it then into the Android market, and then it will be in the PC market and then the tablet market. So I expect all this to be completed. I'm hoping it'll be completed before Christmas. I expect the Android around November. So for you guys that are on the Android phone, it's not going to be available for at least 6 to 8 weeks on that one, but the iPhone one will be out next week. Doesn't mean you can't still build, because you might know people that have iPhones.
The person who you're trying to reach is currently on a.
Oops.
You go ahead. I was trying to get Tim, but he's having a lot of problems.
Okay, I have one more question, James.
Sure. Yep.
I have one more question. Who is the owner of this company, and when did this start? Can you give us a little bit of background?
Yeah, sure. The owner of the company, there's two guys. Lawrence Sowell is the guy I'm more familiar with, and his chief operating officer is Ron Pope. The company, just to give you a bit of background, the concept first started a couple of years ago when there was 4 people, two new Norwegians, and Lawrence Sowell and another guy, I can't remember his name. And they had a bit of a disagreement because Lawrence wanted to take this to social media, and because it was more an advertising platform, and he wanted to take it to more social media and do the app side of it. So they ended up parting their ways, and then in November last year, they created LeafIt with the view of bringing in a top app developer. So they got Fueled on board, I think it was around January, February. So in its current form, it's been great. It started in October last year. And if you go and have a look at Alexa, you'll notice that the traffic for it, so the interest in it, has really started to ramp up in May as we've gotten closer to the actual app being launched for the social network. So that's pretty much the history of where we're at the moment.
So who is exactly the
Lawrence Sowell? Hang on, I'll show. Let me just.
Oh, and incidentally, gang, James is arranging a call with one of the CEOs with us, with me personally, and him. So we're going to talk a little bit more on that also.
Yeah, I wanted to know whether they're going around promoting LeafIt, on offline.
Well, it's interesting you should say that, Usha, because my focus is network marketers, but also business. Okay, because businesses can use it as a low cost loyalty card in a way, and also another as a way to increase their bottom line by giving the app away to their customer database. And so that can either be at the point of purchase or through email subscriptions and things like that. So a business can actually give it away to their people, and because the people can use it not only to buy product but also to save money on purchases. Because what the app does is when you do your keyword research, it will keyword search when you're tagging, it will return a list of items that are the lowest price for that item in the database. Okay, and then you'll be able to tag them and generate sales from that. To give you a bit of an idea, yeah.
Do we get any money for bringing in businesses? Maybe
not at this stage, not that I know of. Okay. All I know at this stage is it's all focused on the app and sharing it with people and inviting them to the social network.
Okay. Well, go ahead. I know there. I'm sorry to have interrupted.
Say that again.
I said I'm sorry to have interrupted you. You were going to give an example.
That's okay. Yeah, for example, one of my team is he lives in a country seaside village over here in Australia, and during the winter months, that village is pretty much quiet. It's only the locals down there, and so as an example of how a business might use it, he goes to his local coffee shop quite regularly to have coffees, and he was talking to the owner, and he said to the owner, he said, see all these people that are coming in and out of your shop, do every single one of them buy from you? And of course the shop owner said no. And Paul said to him, well, how would you like to monetize the ones that don't buy from you? He said, what do you mean? And he says, well, I've got this app which helps people save money and make money by sharing pictures over social networks. And you know how many people share images. There's something like 500 million images shared a day through all the social networks. So the guy said, yeah, I see all the guys in here and the girls in here with their phones and they're texting and they're messaging and they're sharing images and all that sort of stuff. And so Paul explained to him what I've explained to you guys. And the guy just jumped all over him and said, yeah, I'll have some of that. And because it's a low entry cost and it's something that people are using right now. Okay, so does that help, Usha?
Yeah. Is this worldwide? I mean,
yeah, it is. Even I've got clients in Pakistan, and I don't know if you're familiar with that area of the world. It's very difficult for them to do any of this, some of this online business and network marketing.
Mm-hmm. So how do they get paid? I mean, is it via PayPal or do they have
they've got an e-wallet, so the money gets paid into an e-wallet, and then you can get it transferred to either direct bank, or check or wire transfer. There's quite a few different options in the e-wallet back office.
So what is the e-wallet company?
I think it's iPayout.
Okay. All right. So that is international, right?
Yes.
I have a question.
Yeah, sure, Karen.
You said that you put in your family underneath you, correct?
Yep.
Did you put them in as free or paid?
Two of them I've paid for, and the others, they just want to be free.
And you would recommend paid, I would assume?
Yeah. Only because it opens up and it places you in the matrix straight away.
Okay.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure, Darren.
Okay. Pretty much the pictures that are shared, are they
Yep.
pictures of like products, or are they just pictures of just general pictures? I mean, what kind of
Both.
like commissions?
You can share.
Go ahead.
You can share any picture that you have access to. Okay, so for instance, holiday pictures. You know, lots of people share holiday pictures. So you could, let's say, be on holiday in Hawaii, and you take a picture of yourself on a holiday in Hawaii, and if you put, say, Hawaiian holidays as a keyword, and you get a return for Hawaiian holidays, you could tag the Hawaiian holiday, and somebody sees that picture and goes, "Hey, I'd like to I'd like to go on that holiday. That looks awesome." And they purchase a holiday through whichever company's in there, then you'll generate a commission. How much that commission is, I don't know. It will depend on the agreement between the companies.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Also,
That's okay.
also, I believe, James, correct me if I'm wrong, but the game is open for everybody. I believe, like we create our own photos with Social
Yep,
Pro, you can share them and do posts too. See,
that's right.
and
Yeah, you can comment on your posts, on your images, and you can promote with it as well. And what I mean by that is, I'll use business as an example, but it equally applies to what we're doing here with SPR. Is in a business situation, you could have a business that may create some artwork for their business and has invited some of its people to be part of the network, and it might run a competition with those people for it could be, the most amount of shares or the most amount of comments on people's posts and things like that. And that creates traffic and interest for the business. And you could do not necessarily competitions, but you could do something similar in that you would be sharing quality images like we're already doing. And if you wanted to, you might tag LeafIt itself against those images. And if somebody shares it outside the network, and people see that, they may decide to come and join LeafIt through your link, as an example.
Yeah, so we can even promote our MLM products with the images, and if somebody goes and buys it, then we make commission on that.
If the MLM company is part of the 19,000, then yes. But if it's not, then you'd have to put a link to your company in the comment section.
And then if the person goes and buys it from the company, they don't necessarily have to join the company. They're just customers, and they will go and buy the product.
Yeah.
Then we should be able to make commissions on that.
Yeah, but you won't get it. The company's got to have an agreement with LeafIt first, if for it to be generated through LeafIt. Okay, if it's a link in the comments that they go to, then that will be directly between the customer, yourself, and the MLM company. Okay, so the key is the MLM company for their products would have to already have an agreement set up with LeafIt. All right. So one way I like to look at it is like you look at all your Amazon sellers and your eBay sellers. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially, an Amazon seller could take a picture of their own product. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Generate a commission through LeafIt from the sale of that item through LeafIt, but also get the product sale from Amazon as well, as in the difference between their costs and what Amazon it gets sold for on Amazon. So they sort of like get a little bit extra, if you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. So you're getting a commission from Amazon for purchasing the product, and you're getting a commission for purchasing it through LeafIt.
Yeah.
So you're okay. A double whammy, huh?
Yeah.
hey, James.
Yep.
There's two things I wanted to mention to you.
Okay.
Where do videos come into play?
They don't at the moment.
Okay, they're not into video yet. Okay. All right.
Not yet. We're okay. I'm not going to say it's going to come. I imagine it will because it seems like a logical conclusion.
Yeah.
Where we're at the moment is we're currently at 10% of where the company's going to head to. What the remaining 90% of it is, I don't know yet.
Right, right. Well, you know what? Starting a company in video is a whole new thing. It's, you're talking server space, you're talking a lot of programming, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that would come down the road. The second thing is, when we start coming out with our products and we start doing our product launches and we have the products that are, already been launched and all that and are available, would them fall under the category of getting authorized? I mean, possibly get them authorized through LeafIt? Because
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that. I don't know the corporate side of things
yeah,
well, but I can, from what I've seen, there looks like there's going to be down the track where we're going to be able to recommend companies to LeafIt, and they will be able to apply to have their products within the network.
yeah, because if we're heavily into educational and social
Yeah.
media, so and we haven't even scratched the surface on what we're going to be launching. So that's why that question came into play here.
Yep.
Okay, that would be a big move forward too once we get
Yeah.
a little bit further along. Anybody else? Anita, you're awful quiet this morning. What's wrong with my Anita?
She's muted.
Yeah, I know. She's always smiling now. Look at that picture. Okay. No other questions. All right. I'm going to put my link in here. Okay. And now I know some of you went and took action because of the deadline, but this call is a last resort of that deadline. Actually, is why we had to hurry up and schedule it. And you know, hey, blame me all you want. I mean, I just found out a week or so ago, so I really haven't had time to, we really needed to find out about this a long time ago to tell you the truth about it. But anyway, nevertheless, I can't change things. The deadline is, when is it 12 midnight tonight for us,
Yeah.
James?
Yep. Yes,
Okay.
it is.
Okay,
All
I
right.
have one more question.
Sure.
If somebody signs up, there is a monthly membership.
That's right.
If they decide they're not promoting enough, or if they're not really getting their $50 worth from this membership,
Yep.
and they decide to discontinue, or they do
Yep.
not pay 1 month, can they always come back and be in the matrix, or they lose their spot?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I'd imagine what would happen is they would fall back to an affiliate, so they'll just be a free member.
Mhm.
And I'd say there'd be a time frame, because sometimes you have problems with cards and things like that and payment. But I believe you will eventually drop out of the matrix, and then basically if you decide to upgrade again, you'll come in and wherever you fall in the matrix next time.
Oh, okay. So it's better to promote it and stay in the game, at least to get your monthly fee covered.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's the idea. If you want to be an associate, then the idea is to, add people to be associates. You'll also find, though, even just inviting free people, just because that's all I'm doing, is I'm inviting people to join me in the social network, in a new social network. Whether they upgrade or not, it doesn't really bother me, because I'm not, the matrix side of stuff is nice, but I think that once the app goes live and it starts to go viral, the real money's going to come from the e-commerce side of things.
That's right. That's why I was saying, man, I seen that right away. Because
Yeah.
look, it's creating a win-win situation. You've got all these failing marketers, and they have a way now actually to use the power and the leverage of LeafIt's connection with e-commerce. So you got all the companies in brick and mortar that they have to get full-time online. They're going to have to. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way it is. Look, The online businesses are hurting just as bad as the regular people on the other side of the spectrum who are failing. Okay, the businesses have a big problem. They need to get more online. So the people that are failing need another way besides not knowing how to market, working biz ops when they're failing. So it's a win-win.
You know what, Dave? Even on Facebook, there is a shopping where you can go and shop, but you don't get commissions, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with that.
Yeah. So it'll be one step ahead of Facebook then. It'll be similar to Facebook.
Well, look, Facebook is very, very in depth. Now, don't make no mistake about it. Facebook is number one and will be for quite a ways in the future. When we talk about the brick and mortar online, so to speak, the actual brick and mortar online social media site, relationship building site. Okay, but tomorrow's marketing is what LeafIt's doing. You know, I mean, they're using mobile to do the reach, which you can do the reach with Facebook with mobile, but they're combining the offline companies that need to sell more products. They need to enhance their online. They know that. All these big companies, that's what they're doing, man. They've been spending the last 5, 10 years transitioning to online. Now, you see these big companies online like Coca-Cola and Lipton Ice Tea, all that kind of crap. You see them online, but they're really not even online, probably 10% compared to all the years they've been on brick and mortar. They're not full, you know. It's like video. I say we're living in a social world, okay? People think we're in a video world just because, you know, there's a lot of videos out there on YouTube. YouTube is nothing. YouTube is 10% of the damn market. When you start getting videos by email, you're going to know it's a video world without paying. You'll be able to view them in your email without paying. When that happens, we are in a video world. We're not. So the brick and mortar business it's the same relative reasoning there. They're offline, but they're really only 10, 20% online right now. They're not full-fledged, nothing compared to what you're going to see. And LeafIt allows them to do that. The same as it allows you that's been involved with Monterey and you failed, and Limu and you failed, and Empower and you failed. Well, you can come here. You can learn social media from us, or you know, hopefully you still got to know the training. And LeafIt's going to have training on using our platform too. But you can come online and not worry about a biz op really so much anymore. All the failing fixtures are out of the equation, and all you need to do is get with today's social media and use LeafIt, and you're going to make money on e-commerce off the companies and everything. See, it's a dynamic combination. It's a win-win. The more you help people, the wealthier you will get, and that's what LeafIt's doing. They're helping the average everyday person, but then they're helping businesses too. Businesses have the same problem you got. They're hurting just as much as you. You know what they say, James. By the year 2000, there's only going to be two types of businesses offline. It's going to be food and craft. The people that originally built this country. If you got a good craft, electrician or pipe fitter or something, that's going to be a brick and mortar job. And if you're in the food industry, that's going to be the other one. Retailing, merchandising, and all that's online. Look what the Christmas people do. They shop online. You know, Sears just about went out of business because of eBay. Some old lady has started eBay up in Canada about put Sears out of business, and she didn't have no overhead. See, so you know, it's a win-win. That's the bottom line. It's a win-win. They're uniting, you know, all walks of life here, business life here. They're uniting the online entrepreneur that's been failing, but they're also uniting the brick and mortar business. That is hurting so very, very bad right now. James is an engineer, and he can tell you what, you know, I mean, the companies are hurting right now, aren't they, James?
Oh, they are big time.
Yeah. And, you know, hell, real estate popped 7 years ago. It was the first bubble to pop when inflation, first stage of inflation hit. So it's done out. I mean, it'll be the first to come back, but we got a long way to go before that happens, you know. So, yeah, it's a win-win. And like I said, my eyes lit up. You know, you got to look at a different painted picture here. like James said, I'm really not seeing that matrix. I'm not a biz opera anyway. I never was. But regardless, you got to be a little more logical. You got to see past the basic way of thinking here. The matrix really don't mean crap to me. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's using the leverage of the products and what LeafIt has set up with all these companies, man. Because you're using their leverage and you're helping them sell, but you're making money. See? And if you're able to do influential copywriting and your own custom photos the way I teach, oh man, you could kill anything you want with LeafIt. I mean, you could kill any business, couldn't you, James?
Oh yeah.
You know.
And it's so in its infancy,
Oh yeah, and people don't like to read nowadays anyway, even though this is the information highway, and unfortunately people don't read. That's why we got a lot of Mr. and Mrs. Clickets online. They get adware on the computer and all that. Well, think about this. That's why we're in a photo world. Look at Pinterest. A photo will paint 1,000 words in the mind of your prospect only if you know how to use the photo. If you know how to create photos and you have the psychology and the teaching behind you of how to paint them words, you're going to be way ahead of your competition because people are not going to read a lot of long copy. See, in Facebook, I do a lot of long copy. But with LeafIt, see, I'm going to position our photos to do more influential. See, and I love that. Believe me, I don't like doing copyright. Man, I pull my hair out with copywriting. I mean, it takes hours and hours to learn copywriting. And it takes hours to this day for me to write copy. So people are getting away from that. And plus that, James, I love photos. I could get wrapped up like an old lady all day long in photos. I mean, I love it. I could use my whole day on a photo. I just like photos, And but anyway, yeah.
I bought dresses for my daughter's wedding because she got the pictures from Pinterest, and she directed me to the store in India to go buy it.
Yeah.
And she saw the wedding dresses on Pinterest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Imagine if it was LeafIt and she selected it from there.
Right. Well, I mean, look here. A lot of people that come aboard say, "Well, what about Pinterest, Dave?" And I say, I got a hell of a Pinterest account. Excuse my French, but I do. Okay, I took 2 days. I set up Pinterest, learned a little bit about it, but I pulled the ripcord on it. Okay, and I said, no, I'm not going to include this social pro yet. Let me tell you why. And I do. You can go check me out on Pinterest. I get probably 10, 20 followers every day. This guy followed you. That guy followed you. I don't pay no attention to them. I just delete the email. Okay, but I got a hell of a following. But the thing is, Pinterest has been tied up in Supreme Court now for 5 years, man. There's a lot of discrepancies about photo sharing, man. There's a lot of things, with companies that own photos. I mean, just a lot of legalities. It's an unexplored territory. Okay. So until I find out what's going to happen with Pinterest, I'm not wasting my time promoting it. I'm not going to do it. I will teach how to set up an account if somebody asks me. But they could go out and have to open up under a new name. I mean, I've seen them close down.
So you don't think LeafIt will face such a situation legally?
Do I what?
Do you think LeafIt may not, hopefully, LeafIt will not face such a legal situation as Pinterest?
Pinterest, you don't know what's going to happen. They're tied up.
Why are they in a legal case?
Because there's a lot of discrepancies, unexplored territories, and legalities, and discrepancies with company also that own photos, with photo sharing, with the whole subject of photos, the way Pinterest use photos, sharing them, and all that stuff. It's just there's a lot of stuff in there, and they've been tied up in court for a long time, man. I mean, multi-million-dollar lawsuits. I'm talking about big time. So they're inventors like us. They're inventors. They're inventing a new platform, how to share photos now. And they got a lot of legalities going on, man, with the photos. So I don't touch Pinterest, man. I mean, I don't, until I know what's going to happen, no way. Now, LeafIt, different story. Different story with LeafIt because, look, these merchandisers are not going to object to sharing photos. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, they're not. And here's the thing. probably down the road, LeafIt will have some things. I mean, they're going to be a big outfit. You know, they're already a big outfit, but I mean, they're going to be much bigger. And there's no doubt with business growth, with any business, they're going to run into some legalities here and there, and they're going to iron them out and everything because their intentions are well. And they're not as in deep in the legalities as Pinterest. Pinterest has got the whole photo legalities, man. They took on a real monster. But LeafIt, here's another thing. If you can create your own photos, you're going to be really good with LeafIt also from a networking standpoint. Because right now, the biggest problem and the biggest legality holdup in the future is going to be all the millionaires that are being made off the internet. And believe me, there's going to be more single millionaires made on the internet every year than ever. It's already growing every year. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Then you could work your freaking life away, man. I mean, you could work 5 years and then you're using photos from Google without knowing how to search for a photo that's royalty free and editing. You know, editing wise, you can edit. You have permission to use it, and you have to save the documentation. Why have to go through all that? Do you know how many millionaires are going to be sued and they're going to lose everything they got because they built a multi-million-dollar business using somebody's photo? And they're going to lose. There's no doubt about it. If you build a business using somebody else's photo and they catch on to it, and they're a business out there right now, they got what, James? They got 10, 20 people sitting at a desk at a computer creating photos for them. And they know what they're going to do. They're waiting for people. And when they start using them photos and making money, they're going to wait about 5 years and they're going to bam, 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 lawsuit. They're going to take all your money. They're going to tie you up in court, take all your money. There's companies doing that premeditatively right now. There's probably 10 of them that I know of that just put photos out there with watermarks on them. And they dare you to use them. Because as soon as they find out you're making a whole lot of money, they're going to take your money. So with LeafIt, you're already positioned in copywriting, influential copywriting, but with congruency with the photos, see? But it's going more towards photos, James, and that's what I love because that relieves me of a lot of copywriting. Copywriting takes time, man.
Sure does.
Yeah, the pictures do too, but they're just more fun.
Dave?
Yeah.
One of the differences that will help explain this for Usha, Pinterest is a database that stores pictures that people are sharing, where LeafIt, you're just tagging pictures randomly on the internet. There's no tie whatsoever to those pictures.
Is that correct, James?
Yeah, you can do that. You can also upload your own as well.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave.
Yes.
When we sign up, are we signing up as a paid member or just a free member?
Well, you know the benefits of both. There's always better benefits with the paid member. You know, you will have a position in the matrix, but here's the thing. If you're an associate, there's going to be a lot more reward. Look. The way James explained this, okay, let me try to explain this the right way, okay? You can sign up free people all day long. That's no problem. There's a way, you know, they're giving away good value as a front-end system anyway, as a free member. You can make money that way, okay? But we're talking about hammering this thing as a team with Social Pro. So we have our interest as growing Social Pro to be the next biggest helpful business that people respect online, okay? So why not build it all together? So when I take off with this thing, you're going to be much better paid, okay? And I'm not here trying to sell you, but I'm just telling you that the benefits of being an associate much far outweigh, you know, unless I'm wrong. James, correct me if I'm wrong. Is there some things I don't know about the free position?
No, mate, you only get the 10%. The others get the uni level and the check matching and matrix and.
Yeah, because we would recommend a free position if they were screwed up and had the free position really so overvalued. Yeah, well, hell, me and James would say, hey, man, get in free, you know, because we're still building our list. James is still building his list, even with free members. You got to remember something. This is a community.
Is it 3 by 9? Is it 3 by 9 matrix?
That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
So Dave, when you bring in more than 3 people, it goes on as a spillover?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
and that's why, honey, I want to get with James and get more educated on this on the forefront for you guys because look, I want to be able to tell you exactly in depth, turning that on, turning that off, how it's going to work specifically, the mechanics of it. I need to know that. See?
but with the spillover, you may not get the personally sponsored, right? Or you just need one personally sponsored.
You need one personally sponsored to activate the matrix.
So if I get spillover, I will still make 10% on them in my matrix?
You will not make 10% on them, but they will help with your, like you'll get a small part of their monthly. So the 10% is only for e-commerce sales.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, through 9 levels if you're an associate, through 1 level through 1 level if you're an affiliate. Okay, if the spillover comes into your matrix, okay, it will depend on where they fall in the matrix on what you actually earn from them. Because if they fall down like your 9th level, you earn $5. But if they fall anywhere between, if they fall on your 2nd level, you earn $5. Everywhere else is $2 for each person that fills in there, regardless whether you sponsor them or not.
But if I sponsor them personally, instead of one, I sponsor, say, 6 of them.
Yeah.
Then so, does it go 3 below the first 3?
Yes.
But I will get the 10%, the personally sponsored level of commission, right?
You'll get on the e-commerce sales, yes.
Look, here's how I look at this, okay? Now, I'll just let all you know, okay? You have your own mindset, your own way of looking at things, but I'm going to tell you how I look at it, okay? Because you're under me, okay? So you want to know what your sponsor's doing, what his thoughts are, okay? Here's what it is. I look at it the same way as social media, okay? When I go into social media, I think help people, help people, help people. I don't think about money or nothing, okay? So what I'm going to do with LeafIt is I'm gonna get out there and use the same concept. How many people can I frickin' reach to help? That's how I'm gonna do. And if you do that with good intentions every day, Lord's gonna take care. I mean, the universe is gonna take care of you anyway. It's gonna build. It's gonna build, and it's gonna do well. That's my overall outlook. I keep things simple. I'm not gonna worry about. I am gonna worry about putting people in the front line in that. So I'm gonna get the base set up right. But then after that, it's all marketing, getting out there and helping people and just reaching the masses and influencing the masses. That's my focus, and I keep it simple that way. The business will create plenty of income. I ain't worried about that. And if I help people according to our universal laws, this is gonna come around anyway. So it keeps a lot of information overload off my mind and all that stuff, by thinking that way. So that's the way I'm thinking, just so y'all know. Those are my intentions. Does that kind of make sense, or did I blub that all up?
It does.
Sometimes I blub things up, but can't get everything right perfect. But I tried to explain.
And just to add to that too, guys, that's what I'm doing too. Is I'm building a team, but I'm not building wide. I'm building in depth. So like if you guys need any help or anything like that, I'm there for you.
Yeah, and he is actually our official person for LeafIt, our spokesman, and we will have other calls on LeafIt. I mean, there'll be calls, and you're going to see more and more James once LeafIt gets going in that, and James has got his group. He's gonna. I'm sure he's got 2 new groups he's modifying, and that takes time. I know. I've been through that. I know what he's going through. It's a job, man.
Signed up under James?
Pardon?
Dave, are you signed up under James?
Absolutely. James is my right hand man. I mean, he's been with me.
And who is James signed up under?
Malcolm Wallace is who I'm under.
Is he from UK?
He's from Thailand. He's originally American, but he's from Thailand. I worked with him in a number of companies before, and Malcolm's been a 6-figure month earner before in previous companies, and I respect his work. And brought in under a guy by the name of Paul Ankersmith, which is an Australian, and Paul's got a direct line to Lawrence Sailwell, the CEO, and also the Vice President of Sales, Mike Green. So I've spoken to Mike before, but I'm going to tee up with, yeah.
So we are pretty close to the upline then. We are very in the top.
Yeah. Yep.
That's why I said, see, James is going to arrange a meeting with the high up, with close. What is it, CEO or assistant CEO or what?
It'll probably be Mike Green, who's the Vice President of Sales, and he's on the board for the company.
Beautiful. That's good enough. Yeah, because I what me and James want to do is look. James came to Social Pro because he's a leader. He's seen what Social Pro offers. Okay, them concepts are in his heart. Okay, they're in your heart. That's why you came to Social Pro. You think the way I think. You have the heart of give. Okay, so me and James' number one priority here is to build one hell of a team and help a lot of people. But we're not satisfied with just working LeafIt. I mean, we're going to work on building a relationship with them and everything. I mean, we're going to try to get inside too.
When did James join Social Pro?
Oh gosh, I'll let James in. I don't even remember. I'm getting too old to be remembering that. He's my age. He might not remember.
I'm trying to remember.
It's sad, ain't it, James? You get old, man. It's been at least 8 months. Well, we're a little over a year.
It was about the same time as I did.
Yeah, we're what, a little bit over a year old now, James. So I mean,
I think November or December, James.
I thought it was this year.
I could look in the training.
Were you already a member of LeafIt?
No.
So you came across LeafIt later.
Yeah. I came across LeafIt in June.
Oh yeah, it was way after. Yeah, I mean we weren't. I mean this is before James even got with Social Pro. I mean it was before LeafIt ever came along. I mean he was already with.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking in the back office now, so everybody knows a little bit background on you, James. How long you have been? I got a whole boatload of people that are out doing very well right now using my social media. Look, we offer something for everybody. You can become a coach with us. When I launch products, get on stage and go all the way with me personally. Okay, but I have a lot of people, man, that are out there building their own businesses using because we say free lead sign up sales for any business you're offering or products or service. Well, there's a lot of people out there doing that, so there's a lot behind the scenes of our past work. Okay, James Woods. Here, I got you pulled up now. Let me see here.
Hey, Dave, question real quick.
Yes.
I can't sign up as a paid member today. So should I sign up as a free member and then I can upgrade when I can?
How long you talking? It's gonna save you $100, and maybe I can help you. James, James, I'm showing April 22nd.
There we go.
Yeah.
What was that?
So it was this year that you done.
Yeah.
April was not too long ago.
Nope.
No. And you know what? Just to let you know, you are going to get people like James. The better you get at marketing. See, I brought James in, and he was, this was after I got much better at influencing people. The better you get at posting, better you get at copywriting, the better prospects you're going to bring, the better leaders you're going to bring in. I brought in James, man, and James he took the training. I didn't have to help him hardly at all. He just figured it out on my training. He went through my training, man. You look at this stuff that he's created and stuff, you can tell. He's Social Pro, man. He got his education there. So, he took off and ran with it, man. So, and you're going to the better you get at marketing, the further you go doing things other people won't do, you're going to get where James is. You're going to start bringing in leaders, man. Is that the way it worked for you, James? Is that the way I explained it to you when you started?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you explain it really well in all your training, and then we've had some one-on-ones.
Yep.
And just to clarify a few points, and I've just run with it. And you develop your own style, and you build your business, and you attract the right people, and that's the bottom line, is attracting the right people.
Yeah.
Hi, James. Hi, James. Can I ask a question? So, how much
Sure.
is it one time price? How much is the price, rather?
Yep, no problems. Okay, right now it's $40. Okay.
Is that per month, or is that all in, or?
No, that's this month. Okay, and then if you get in this month at the $40, then next month and the month thereafter will be $49. Okay. Yeah. If you wait until tomorrow, or 1 minute past midnight EST time, okay, it'll be $149 for the first month, which $50 commission is paid to the sponsor, and then the following month it'll be $49. Is that clear?
Yep. Oh, yes.
No problem, Robert.
I see why I need to get in today.
Yeah, and I just sent you a message, Darren. But you know what? The bottom line to all this, and not to get too much off subject, but back on what we were talking about before, is just be yourself. That's how James got where he is. That's the main psychology behind what I teach. Everything you do, just be yourself. Don't care what people think. Just be yourself and help people. That's all you got to do. That's what James does. James don't. I'm going to tell you right now. I bet I'm right about this, James. Now, if I'm wrong, you correct me, okay? Because I always want to be corrected if I'm wrong. But James did not rehearse for this call. He came online, explained LeafIt. I told him, I'll warm the floor up for you. All you got to do is explain it. And I'm sure he didn't sit down and rehearse this. Like a lot of marketers, they try to be somebody they ain't. They practice the video. Well, you don't need to do it. Sit down and just do it. Like Carol says, just do it. Am I right, James?
You are, Dave. I mean, I shoot from the hip. I just call a spade, and if I can present it, and you guys like it, the facts speak for themselves. I'm not a bullshit guy. I just call a spade, as I said, and I just love LeafIt. I know it, and I hope you can feel that coming through, because yeah, that's it. I don't know. I couldn't remember a script anyway.
Right. And you know what? The same thing brought you to LeafIt that originally brought you to Social Pro, didn't it?
Yeah.
There you go. I mean, it's just, like I said, it's a good fit. It's just a flat good fit. That's the bottom line. But you know what? All the leaders have a couple things in common. They always use modern technology. To be successful, they stay up with technology, but they also stay in education on where we're going in the future. Okay, and that is the other part of what I like about LeafIt. I know where we're going in the future because I know where I've been and how hard I've worked. I know where we're at now. We're in a photo world. Okay, we are. I mean, that's the bottom line. And I know where we're going. We're slowly progressing into mobile. Okay, now mobile might seem big to you yet, but it's not fully matured. There's a lot of things you can't do on mobile. Believe it or not. Everybody thinks you can do everything on mobile. You can't. You're not going to run a business off a phone. I guarantee you that. Not social pro business. Okay? So mobile's still got a long way to go, man. But I see it coming. It's already transitioning into that. Okay? So it's the future of where things are going. That's what the leaders have always, if you look at all the leaders, what they have in common, they all stay up to date on technology and they all are abreast of what is coming. They're always looking out in front of everybody else. That's what LeafIt's doing, paving the way for the future. That's what YouTube did. They're looking forward to the future when we get in the video world. They know we're not in the video world yet, but they're making millions, even though we're not, but they're going to make billions when we get in the video world. Okay? They're ahead of Vimeo. They got into video before Vimeo. Okay? So, the leaders look forward. They do what other people don't do. They not only learn what you're not willing to learn, what the followers are not willing to learn, but they go far beyond that. They look into the future and they know what's coming. and they use technology because the whole thing's based on technology in the future. No doubt about it. The whole last 20 years, our technology right now, and James will tell you this, our technology now is because of all the college people we sent through college for the last 10 years. This is the technology boom. All the gaming industry and all that crap, that is the result of the past generation we sent to college. That's it.
Absolutely.
So the credit card industry was too. It was 2 generations back from college. Even though we had a lot of scammers in the credit card industry, we had a lot of them used it the wrong way, and they deceived a lot of people. They decapitated the middle class, But then we had a lot of good people that did good things with credit too. But the fact is, they've seen the future. They roll with the future and technology. So, just some words of wisdom and insights, you might want to keep in mind in the back of your mind as an overall vision to keep there and never lose track of. I always keep that. Jay Budd, that's what he practiced and preached when I learned from him. Stay ahead of the curve, buddy.
So I have one more question now.
Yes.
Now, if somebody upgrades by tonight, they pay $40. But if somebody joins you tomorrow, they pay $149. So how much commission do we make on that?
It's $50 on the 149.
And on the 40?
It's whatever's in the matrix.
Okay. I don't know what that is.
Basically, it's about, as of tomorrow, for every person that joins you, in the second month is when the matrix kicks in. Okay, so the first month is 149. Okay, so you'll make $50. In the second month, if they're on the first line, you'll make $2 per person. So your first 3 is equal to $6. And then your second 6 is equal to $5. Okay, so that's $30. So no, it's not.
Hey.
Numbers, Anyway, so basically you need
basically
$21.
It's not as much. It's not as much. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. The matrix doesn't pay as much
Mm-hmm.
because the $50 is like a fast start, because the way the system was set up was that the matrix didn't pay out any money until the second month, and that was stopping a lot of people thinking, well, hang on, I've got to wait a month before I get paid. So that's why they revamped the system so that people can make 1 or 2 sales, cover their costs for the following month, and make some profit straight away.
Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So look, right now, after tomorrow, you bring somebody in, you got that month paid for. But here's the thing, where we talk about making $50 on people coming in, at the one whatever it costs, 149, whatever. Okay, that's where your influential training comes in. See, you're already positioned and you're starting. Well, you're posting right now, but you're starting to learn influential. You're in about the 1/10 of the first stage of influential. Influential's tough. But we have the ability to teach you. We have the knowledge, so it's there for you. Most people don't even have a training system where leaders can teach them influential, not the right way. I know influential, okay, and I know it works. So now, when you start talking about making your quick upfront income, LeafIt's got a position to where if you're experienced, the fittest will survive, right, James?
That's right.
That's right. If you can influence people, you're going to get more of them, associate sales. I mean, that's the way it works.
So, Dave, how are you influencing when you're trying to bring in someone at 149 level one time?
You don't concentrate on the money. You concentrate on the benefits. You have to get inside the mind of the prospect. Here we go back to, okay, are you failing your business? It ain't no different. LeafIt is just a business, but it's positioned in social media. Okay, so no matter what you're failing at, You still got to go help people. You have to brand yourself first.
What is it? Am I going to tell that person that, hey, join LeafIt, I will show you how to do social media?
No, you don't approach anybody. Join Monterey. It's the best company. You don't join. You don't approach them that way. You approach them for, are you tired of failing at your business? Why not get paid to share photos? Hell, I'll even teach you how to do your own photos so you don't have to face lawsuits. I'll teach you how to build relationships and reach them outside and influence them. It leads to LeafIt. You don't. You're not coming out here and promoting
LeafIt.
Right. Well, you are in a way, but okay, James is the spokesperson for LeafIt. Okay, he's got a LeafIt group and all that. That's a little bit different. He's branding himself as a LeafIt representative. Okay, with you guys, you want to go out and offer education on how LeafIt can, how you can educate them. Look, if you join LeafIt with me, what are the benefits? If you join LeafIt with somebody else, what are the benefits? Most people in LeafIt are not going to train you. We give one-on-one personal coaching. Oh, okay. Well, that's a different story. Maybe that's why I've been failing business. See, you got to get inside the mind of your prospect. You're selling education, see, and that is the way I'm going to approach that and KBR. I mean, that's the way I approach everything. How can
dash with your social pro? If you say I'm going to train you one-on-one and on LeafIt, then you're saying the same thing on social pro.
No, I'm saying I'm saying that I'm going to give you the one-on-one coaching. With Social Pro, I'm going to give you the base. I'm going to give you, reaching the masses, learn how to stand out, and how to influence. That's going to allow you to build any other business. Then you can go on LeafIt and make tons of money and build a team, whatever. Then you can go to Monterey. Then you can go. Do you see what I'm saying?
No, I want to know how to promote LeafIt now. I want to bring.
Well, I'm not even into that yet. I'm telling you how I will approach it when I do it.
Yeah, right, okay.
How I will approach it is the benefits behind LeafIt and the concept through education. I will offer it through education. I'll do live videos on it, and I'll show them, well, here we are over at LeafIt. Oh, incidentally, LeafIt's a site, if you've never heard of it, it's a new community site. It's positioned in mobile. We know how strong mobile is. Well, you got to reach the masses, and you got to influence the masses. And that's what Social Pro teaches you. But let me show you what I'm doing over here in LeafIt. See how I'm doing that? Yeah, I'm going into education, but I'm psychology. I'm using psychology to paint the image of the benefit of LeafIt in their mind. But I'm still branding myself with education. So they love me for the education, and once you brand yourself like that, they'll join you in anything you got, as long as they know they're okay and you'll educate them. I'll join LeafIt under Dave because I know Dave backs up anything he's got. He'll teach me how to use it. It's no good if you don't know how to use it. If you don't know how to introduce it to other people through education, it's no good to you, right? Unless you just want to go in and try to get people to buy product. No, we're going to work LeafIt the way they want to work it in every way. Then you got to be trained to do that. I mean, that's just, you got to be trained. You got to have branding. You got to have, everything we have is great for LeafIt. They love what we offer. They're going to love what we offer because we're training people to where they can come in and use their program even stronger. Right, Jane?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. And any business would love Social Pro. In the future, you're going to get people. I would be surprised if I don't get some CEOs from Monterey or Solvay or something to get a hold of me and say, hey, man, you know what? We'd like to introduce you as a training platform for all our people because they see their income going down. Traditional marketing's going away, man. It's virtually impossible that we don't start getting contacts like that. It's virtually impossible. It's going to happen. You're going to get people with 2,000 in their downline. They're marketing leaders, but they don't know social media. And they want us to train all their people. I mean, it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. We're just not well known enough yet. That's all.
True that a lot of people don't know how to use social media. They do go on social media, they do post, but it's not influential.
Oh, no. They have a problem with standing out amongst, most of them can reach the masses. A derelict can go out and Google social media and join a bunch of communities. But how many of them know how to really stand out amongst their competition? How many know how to influence? That's where your big problem is. So And that's what we teach. And as long as we do that, we will always be the highest paid people in the world. Trainers are always the highest paid people in the world. Always have been. Always have been. So, you know. But anyway, we got to cut this call short. I got a guy who's waited 40 minutes. We'll see how good my influential training of excitement is, James. If the guy runs like hell from me, we know I screwed that up. But nah, he's waiting.
See how much he wants it too.
He wants it. You know, look, you gotta create a need and fill it. And notice how I say fill it. Create a need, fill it. That's the way you say it to people. Tell your people that. Hey, you got to learn how to create a need, and fill it. That's what every successful leader or company has done in the past. Okay, it's that simple. So that's all we do. We create a need and fill it. We're holding the golden eggs. We don't have to chase people down. They come to us. Okay, that's the way it works. Who the hell wants a prospect anyway, James? The days are over, huh? I ain't chatting all day on Facebook, hunting people down, looking at profiles, man. That's a lot of work, buddy. I've been there. So anyway, any more questions for James, my man here? No, nada. Get lost,
No.
Dave. You're talking too much. I'm not even hearing insults. Nothing. Okay.
Bye.
No questions.
All right. Well, we love you all
Thank
for
you,
me and
James.
James, and this
Thanks
is
everyone for listening as well.
Yep, this is a sincere call, and if there were more benefits to the free, we'd push that. There's more benefits to the paid, we're pushing that. Hey, we say it the way it is. So, anyway, all right, adios, everybody. That's a cut, and I'll end this recording, and I'll let you know when I get it edited. Okay, this is a long one, man. Might take me a little bit. So the weekend. Yep.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Later, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Cheers.